Hello, everybody. This is the next reading installment of No More Dead Dogs. In the blue covered book, we are starting at the top of page 44. And for the yellow covered book, we're going to be starting at, oops, I got a sticky in the wrong place. All right, we're going to start at the bottom of page 36. About 6 lines up from the bottom. Okay? All right. So, once again, you're going to read each page or listen to this, answer the questions that review your understanding, and then ask yourself, what does this remind me of? What am I thinking of? And then take those memories and put them in the graphic organizer, making connections. Categorize them. Are they text to self, text to text, text to world, or text to other? Okay? And consult the example chart if you're not sure which. Remember, you don't necessarily have to put something in each block. You can if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. It just depends on what background connections you have. So here's page 44, or page 36. This time, our director's vein was bulging even more than usual. "Go ahead," he mustered. This is Mr. Fogelman kind of being annoyed that Wallace is suggesting changes to the script, to what the kids say in the play. But he's being flexible, right? He's being flexible and allowing kids to take Wallace's advice to change the scripts. Wallace turned back to Trudy. "Try easy, pup. You're going to be just fine." "That's great," shrieked Trudy, writing onto her own script. "Now, how about page 7? "That's enough rewriting for one day," Mr. Fogelman decided. Scene ends, and now we're going to look at a letter that Rachel is writing to her hero, Julia Roberts, a famous actress, because she's a big fan. "Dear Julia, it's me again, Rachel Turner. I know you haven't answered my last letter yet, but I had a couple more questions I wanted to ask you. Do you ever have anyone hassle you while you're acting? Let's say you're shooting a movie and some really good-looking guy is hanging around the set, like Leonardo DiCaprio, or maybe Brad Pitt. He isn't acting in the movie. He's just there because he got in trouble with the studio and they were making him stay, like detention. I know movie stars don't get detention, but I've got a real problem here, so keep reading." "Rachel," my mom called, "go get Dylan for dinner." I stuffed my letter into a drawer to finish later. Okay, so that's I actually slipped onto page 45, or in this case, read a little bit. I read through the letter on page 37 in the yellow cover book. So turn off the video now and maybe answer some of the questions on the Google Doc. I'll wait. Oh, you're back. Okay, so now I'm reading page 45. Or, in this case, I'm reading I'll start again at I stuffed the letter on page 37 in the yellow cover book. All right. Okay. I stuffed my letter into a drawer to finish later. I groaned. "He doesn't even listen to you. What makes you think he'd listen to me?" "Because if he doesn't, his chamber of horrors is going out the window and he's going with it." She wasn't kidding about the chamber of horrors. It was written right on his bedroom door, in letters dripping with blood. I hate going in there. Sweet little Dylan always had plenty of sick surprises for intruders, like a spider the size of a dinner plate, a true-to-life plastic skeleton that would wish you good evening if you got too close, and fake trailing cobwebs, or maybe they were real. Dylan wasn't that much of a housekeeper. I knocked tentatively on the toxic waste sign. Dylan, dinner. Come on in, Rach. I shuddered. Do I have to? The door opened and he grabbed my arm and pulled me inside. Actually, the Chamber of Horrors wasn't so bad this time. Actually, the Chamber of... I already read that. There was a lot of football stuff amid the mummies, vampire bats, and boa constrictors. In the place of honor on the night table, besides the disembodied hand, sat an 8x10 photograph of last year's championship. So that's at the bottom of page 45 in the blue cover book. This is actually an interrupted paragraph, and it's on page 38 where I'm stopping. Let's see now. It's this big middle paragraph on page 38. I'm stopping kind of in the middle there. All right. For right now. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Answer the questions. I'll wait. Oh, okay. You're back. All right. So one more page. In the blue book, it's page 46. It was Wallace, the hero, flying through the air, his body parallel to the ground, diving onto the ball for the winning touchdown. That stupid picture was displayed in every dry cleaner and donut shop in Bedford, even now, almost a year later. Did you talk to Mr. Fogelman? Dylan asked eagerly. I talk to him every day, I replied, purposely misunderstanding. You know what I mean, he insisted, about getting Wallace off detention. I sighed. It's not up to me, Dylan. Wallace belongs on detention. Detention was invented for people like him. Well, couldn't you get him like a suspended sentence or a delay until after football season? I rolled my eyes. If Wallace wanted to be back on the team, he could do it in 2 seconds. He won't write his paper. He doesn't even try it anymore. He's stopped bringing a pen to the gym. He's too busy bugging people anyway. Dylan stuck out his jaw. How? By interrupting our rehearsals. What do you mean interrupting? He persisted. We'll hold off there. Okay. So I'm putting my sticky there to end. I'm in the yellow book. It's actually, you know what? It's the end of the chapter. Why don't we all just read that last page? There probably won't be any questions about it, but let's read it. Because as you can see, she continues writing her letter to Julia Roberts. So let's just finish the chapter, and that way we can all start on the same chapter, especially for some people who are using a Kindle edition. It might be kind of complicated to find the next chapter. I swallowed hard, trying to be fair. He makes suggestions, he stared. What kind of suggestions? On how to make the play better. Break in scenery, returning back to the letter that Rachel was writing. Julia, you should have seen him. He couldn't believe that his so-called idol could have anything to add to a play. I know you have a brother too, but since he's also a famous actor, I'll bet he's a lot more supportive of your life's work. You're lucky. But to get back to this guy, the one who's been messing with our play, his name is Wallace. Here's the thing. I don't know what burns me up more. That this jock who spray painted old Shep Dead Mutt on our scenery is changing our script. Or that his ideas are actually, it kills me to say this, pretty good. Your number one fan, Rachel Turner. Okay, so go ahead, finish the last questions, and then tell me, what are you thinking? And categorize it according to the kind of text connections you are making. The next chapter is going to be started with Trudy Davis. This is the first chapter, so now we should all have an ease of finding it. In the blue cover book, it's page 48, and that's what we'll read next. Okay? All right. So thank you very much, everybody. You have a nice afternoon.